Test. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome. It is a day of new beginnings, a day of excitement here at Harlingen South today. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to thank our Hawk Band for being out here today, our Southern Stars and our cheerleaders as well. Big round of applause for them for being out here on an afternoon. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our first speaker. He is our Assistant Athletic Director, male model by night, Mr. Luis Solorio.
Good afternoon, everybody. I did not pay Jay to say that. I just wanted to come up here real quick and just thank the South Hawk administration and the athletic administration and our incredible school district leadership team for the opportunity to come and work with these fine young men and with these fine young coaches. It brought back my 20 years of coaching juices. It was a pleasure to work with you all the past 2 months and with the staff. I think we've made great strides in the direction we want to go. I'm super excited about our hire. I had the opportunity to work with Coach Gonzalez when we were younger coaches. As you can see, I aged a lot better than he did. And you guys should definitely be excited. The campus should definitely be excited because we're going to move this program in the right direction and hit that next level. Before I hand this microphone back to Mr. Cantu, one quick challenge to the football players. If you all can take a quick look at this table, there's a certain gold ball that's missing from that table. So I challenge you to consistently work hard as committed Hawks so that we eventually need a second table with nothing but golden footballs. Hawks win.
Challenge accepted, Mr. Solorio. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jake Cantu. I work for iHeartMedia, KTEX, and KBFM here in the Rio Grande Valley. I am also your PA announcer out at the football games. So I'm super honored to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, our next introduction, our new superintendent of ACISD. Please welcome with a big round of applause, Dr. Alicia Noyola.
I need to go to the back and run in. Put this phone down. So before I start and talk a little bit about Coach Gonzalez, I really want to take 1 minute though before I do that to come back and acknowledge Coach Luis Solorio. When we made the decision to move in a different direction, one of the things that we had to make a decision on is how do we continue to ensure that Harlingen South does not miss a beat, and that we continue to have strong leadership as we search for our next athletic coordinator. And this man right here, and Coach, I need you to come up here. Because I know he's super modest. He jokes, but he is so super modest that he would rather stay in the background. But I think all of you have realized he's not a background guy. He He's one that needs to be up at the front. And I just have to give it up for what he has done when we said, okay, so how do we continue to support our South program as we find our next athletic coordinator? And he on his own said, look, I will do it. I know that there's a lot of work that still has to happen at the district level, but my heart and my work and my focus is Harlingen South, and I want them to continue to be successful and continue to do the great things that they do. And so he stepped up to the plate. So guys, I know, and ladies, all of you, you know the kind of work ethic that he has had and what he has done in this short period of time for your program. So please just join me in giving him a huge round of applause for all that he has done. So, you know, change is not always an easy thing, right? One of the things that we like is always knowing what's next and what's coming. It just makes life easier. But sometimes change needs to happen for whatever reason. You know, for myself, and Jay introduced me as the new superintendent, I went through some change. Our district is going through some change just as I come into this position. But one of the great things about change is it's also an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to learn. And so as I come into this position of superintendent of Harlingen Schools, I am tremendously fortunate to have some really great support systems in this district that continue to support me as I come into this role and continue to support our district. And so I want to introduce a couple of people that are with us this afternoon who are big supporters, big support system for not just myself, but this entire school district. And so I want to start with our superintendent emeritus. And so you may wonder, what's a superintendent emeritus, right? And emeritus is really a former superintendent who is here to assist in transition. As we go into change, it's always a great thing when you have a support system in that role. And so our superintendent emeritus, I know, is no stranger to, I don't think, anybody in this entire room. And that's our former superintendent, Dr. Art Cavazos. You should see him back. I think I'm so blessed, beyond maybe the opportunity that a lot of other superintendents have, to have Dr. Cavazos available to support and to help in this transition. So thank you, Doc, for everything. Another big support to our district and a huge supporter of the programs in Harlingen CISD is our Board of Trustees. Some of our Board of Trustees are zooming in because they're in different locations, and so we say hello to them. But we also have with us in person today is our Board President, Mr. Eladio Jaimes. And so Mr. Jaimes, there he is in the orange. And so obviously for Harlingen South, one of the big changes coming forward is our new athletic coordinator and head coach. And so one of the things that when we started this process of saying who will continue the programs at Harlingen South, we had to really go out and focus on how do we find the very best person to move us forward as an athletic program. And so I will tell you that when we went through this process and we decided to go through this interview process that we have in the district, we had a lot of people that came forward and applied to be the next athletic coordinator and head coach here at Harlingen South. In fact, it was more than 50 people that applied. 50 people that knew the quality of programs that exist at Harlingen South. I mean, if you look at this table did not happen by accident. Those are not decorations. Those are things that every single one of you, that people before you have worked hard to establish the reputation of Harlingen South. So there was a lot of people that wanted to come into this role. But as we were deciding who will that person be, we had to really look at what does a leader look like in Harlingen School District. And so there are two things that we look for every person that's going to be a leader in this district. One is, do they have a commitment to excellence? So what does a commitment to excellence mean? It means that they want to be at the top. They want to work it hard. they want to produce results. And it's easy to say, and you all know that, but it's even harder to do. And so when we were looking at who will be this next person, one of the people that stood out in that area was Coach Israel Gonzalez. And so for those of you that don't know background on him, he actually used to work here in the district. Most of you probably already know that. But the part that stands out even more so is that when he left and he went on to become the athletic director and head coach in Lyford, he was there for 4 years. And 4 years, they went into the playoffs. That doesn't happen by accident. 2 of those years, they moved on into area. That doesn't happen by accident. You have to have a commitment to excellence. You have to be willing to work it hard. You have to be willing to work it smart. You have to be willing to do and put in the time that it takes to make it happen. A lot of people have a commitment to excellence. But the other piece that was important to us, important to me, was making sure that we had a person that cared about people. It's easy to focus on X's and O's because you want to get to the win. But you also have to think about the people that they are working with, our students. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of things that are important to me, but nothing is more important than our students. And making sure that we put the very best people in front of them. And so when we were interviewing Coach Gonzalez, and he talked about it, and I'm sure later on you'll hear stories about his life in Harlingen, because he is a Harlingen product. He was born in Harlingen, grew up in Harlingen, went through Harlingen schools, and he talked a lot about the impact that athletics had on him, the impact that our schools, that Harlingen CISD had in making him the person that he is. And so he talked a lot about his personal goal was about giving to our students, to our school district, everything that was given to him. And so when we put those two things together, a commitment to excellence and really a heart for people, when you put those two together, that's the best type of leadership that we can find. And so we found you the best. We found you the right person at the right time for Harlingen South. And so I know we put a lot of expectations on you, Coach, but I have every confidence that you are the right person and that you will continue to lead this high school to even greater heights, to continue being that step above. Wish you all a great year under the leadership of this gentleman. I wish you much success. And Coach, I know you don't need luck, but I wish it to you anyway. Congratulations for coming back home.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the #1 representative for Harlingen South, your principal, Mr. Fernando Reyes.
Thank you all, and let me just start by saying what an honor it is to be here today, sitting in front of some of the Hawk family. And just the fact that we're here today and we've upheld our protocols and our standards just speaks to being a step above. Because our programs have gone out there and they've marched on those courts and on those fields with integrity by doing the responsible thing. And so just being here as a proud principal in this school year, in this unprecedented situation, I'm just so proud of the way our school has responded. We've responded with character, we've responded with pride and integrity. And as I look around you today, I'm so excited. I'm excited for the new chapter that Coach Gonzalez brings to us, not only as a football program, but as a campus, because I see so much talent as I look around the room tonight. You don't have to look very far. You look to all our programs, all our athletic programs. our stars that did an amazing job during this football season, our cheerleaders that did the best they could in a pandemic situation. And I just see nothing but a great school with a great student body. And as your principal, I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful that our students have the opportunity to work with Coach Gonzalez. I've gotten to know him here in these last few days, and all I can tell you is that he's a man of integrity, but he's also a man of hard work. And I know here in Harlingen South, we embody the vision of being a step above. Well, we're a step above because we're willing to go a mile beyond anybody else. So this new era in Hawk Athletics, while Coach Gonzalez may be our football coach, he's also our athletic coordinator. He's our athletic leader. And he's going to lead the way, along with all the other head coaches here, for a new era in Hawk Athletics. So once again, I'm so very proud. I also want to acknowledge here that even in this situation, y'all are doing a fantastic job upholding those protocols and being a step above in everything we do. The fact that we're able to gather here today responsibly is just a huge testament, and I want to thank all the coaches for that. I also acknowledge that we have a guest here, and I do want to introduce our board member and give him a big round of applause, Mr. Hilario Jimenez. Without further ado.
I'm gonna take off one mask so you guys can hear me. I'll keep it short. I got here and I saw all you student athletes. I'm gonna take off my glasses too because they fog up. I saw you student athletes and I looked up and I didn't see the banners, but there's usually a lot of banners up there. They pointed out the table with the missing golden ball, but there's a bunch of golden balls here. For years, in a past life, I was a sports writer. I covered a lot of games up and down the valley. I covered a lot of games here at Harlingen South. I saw firsthand the tradition that lives here at Harlingen South, a rich tradition of athletics, whether it's soccer, boys or girls, baseball. You know, Harlingen has only had one big team reach the state tournament in baseball, and that's from here, from South. Harlingen has only had one team reach the state tournament in volleyball, and that's right here at South. So when you talk about tradition and athletics, it lives right here at South. And we are missing that golden football right there. And like Dr. Nicola said, we went and found you the man, the coach who we feel best can take you to that level, to that next level. Because I've seen a lot of y'all grow up. A lot of y'all played with my nephew. And I saw you guys grow up. I know the talent that sits there in those chairs right now. I know the talent that we have. More than anything, I know the passion and the fire that you guys have for the game of football, the love you guys have for this school, for the Hawks, for the green and orange. Just like everybody on this side of the gym. The volleyball team, the soccer team, anybody in athletics. And it goes beyond athletics, academics, everything else that we have to offer here at South. A rich tradition. I just want to emphasize that, guys, ladies and gentlemen, because it's that tradition that just got a big boost here the other day when we brought you Coach Gonzalez. And I just wanted to remind you all of that. You know, take pride in the green and orange. There's a jersey up here by a gentleman named Mark Kent. You know, he played basketball for the Hawks way back when I was in high school. He passed away, and they retired that jersey. That's part of your tradition. Look around with your family, your cousins, brothers, and sisters, everybody that came to school here. It's part of that tradition. That tradition lives strong here at Harlingen South. And I'm proud to be your board president. I'm proud to be on the board of trustees. And I'm definitely proud to be from Harlingen. Where, yes, I graduated from the other school. I'm a Cardinal, but today I'm a Hawk. Today we're all Hawks because it's a new day for the Harlingen South Hawks. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived. Having a winning record in every single season he has coached, taking his last team to the playoffs 4 years in a row. A native of Harlingen, introducing, ladies and gentlemen, your new Harlingen South athletic coordinator and head coach, Mr. Israel Izzy Gonzalez.
Thank y'all very much. It's a complete honor and a dream come true to be able to be the athletic coordinator and head football coach at Harlingen South. To be able to come home is something amazing. I'd like to thank Dr. Noyola, Dr. Cavazos, Dr. Villarreal, Mr. Reyes, and all the administration, Mr. Ladovani's, our board president, for the confidence that they have in me to make sure that this program is in the right direction. I am very, very excited, and when I thought about what I should talk about today, it was still a whirlwind of emotions as I was thinking about how I should address the Harlingen South Hawks athletes. For the first time, my phone was constantly going off, ringing, text, every single text that was going on was breaking my train of thought of what I wanted to say. I was finally bombarded so much that I decided to look at my phone and realize that every single text that was coming in was a congratulations. Thank you. Best luck. And every single text or phone call, the words good luck were somehow involved. And then I had this talk with Dr. Noyola earlier, and I told her that I was very, very honored to receive every single text and every single phone call. But as I thought about that and was thinking about what you needed to hear today and what I needed to say, the light bulb went off. And I thought about my 10 years previous in the district, my 4 years leaving the district in order to be prepared to come back, to take this job and put myself in a situation where I was hireable for this position. And it didn't have anything to do with luck. It had to do with preparation. It had to do with knowing what my goal was and pushing forward towards that goal. It's a tremendous feeling to know when your hard work pays off. Coach Luis Solorio has done a tremendous job the last 2 months, making sure that we're moving in the right direction when it comes to our football program. I'm here to tell you guys that we are going to continue, and not just football, but in every single program, to move towards goals that we have not reached yet. And it starts by setting those goals. It starts by preparation. And the only luck that you need is really not luck, it's favor. It's favor from God that you have your feet on the ground, you have air in your lungs, you have a sound mind and a sound body that gives you the opportunity on a daily basis to prepare yourself to be successful. I'm ecstatic to be here. I can't wait to meet every single one of you, to sit down, to get to know you, and excited about what the future holds. Hawks up.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we also want to welcome our Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education, Dr. Joseph Villarreal, here with us today as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our athletic director here at HCISD, Coach Robert Davis.
So Coach Gonzalez, again, everybody is really excited to have you here. We have a representative from the student body who would like to present you with a jersey. And this is a gift to you from the athletic department and also from really every student and everyone who cares that has graduated from Harlingen South. We can't say enough how excited we are to have you here. We're looking forward to the day that you're on campus and making the impact that we know that you're going to make on our students. It's not just going to be in our athletics, but also in their lives as students and then into their adult life. So, Xander, if you go ahead and give that to Coach. Thank you, Coach. And then I'd just like to take an opportunity to thank everybody for being here today. pandemic, I know makes things difficult, and just the effort that was made to be able to welcome Coach is to be commended. Mr. Reyes, thank you for all your work that you put into making today possible. To the students and to the athletes, I can't wait to see the great things that you're going to continue to do and the impact this coaching staff is going to have on your lives and on your school. With that, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Cantu.
Like I said in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, it is a time for new beginnings. Thank you very, very much for coming out today. And we're going to turn it over to the Mighty Hop Band drumline today. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great, great weekend.